guy with a bag? What's heart to a guy with some cash? What's pain to a guy that's mad? Said. What's broke to a guy with a mask? What's both to a guy with a plan? I just wanna kick it, that's all I ask. Like, let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a black.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, as it's called, CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Ahead will decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, as we've got a great one in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Seattle Seahawks. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And from the 25, they worked this to the 29, a gain of 4. The Seahawks and Eagles, you might remember, they met up in the wild card round a season ago. It's a night Philly fans could probably stand to forget. Carson Wentz exited early after just 4 passes thrown, and Josh McCown had 40 years of age brought in, but the Seahawks, they were too tough as they slugged out a 17-9 victory. Now they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Carson, the ball carrier.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
And 4.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Here's Carson. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. A gain of 4, not enough. And it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Carson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
1st and 10 at the
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
But if you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it, but don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
A gain of 2.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is third down. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. Fourth down now.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
And Myers able to knock it through. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. He fakes the give here and looks to throw. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Just one catch for him last week in the wild card win, but getting involved early here and picks up the first. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
2nd and 2 at the 35-yard line.
Sanders toss left side, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. A quick throw into the hands of Rager. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
First down.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Sanders, the ball carrier.
Miles Sanders taking it in. And the Eagles have taken the lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Reed on the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10. at their own 33-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll run the screen with Carson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
Brought down back at the 29-yard line.
That last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on third.
Watch the whip. Gotta go in and out. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
The 44-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Sanders. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
29-yard line.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
Sanders.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
On 2nd down, it's Sanders, and he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks' 18-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And an Eagle 1st down.
Throwing on 1st is Wentz. Got a man open, it's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Number 86, Zach Ertz.
Zach Ertz
Philadelphia.
there to make the grab. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, it held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early in the elements. You're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense. Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they? When they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown, and this one they help force another incompletion.
He's got Lockett. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a 1st down as well.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Let's go double count right here. Double count.
On 1st down, it's Carson. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. at the 47-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Mike 5-9.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They run it with Carson. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. He'll buy some time right to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On third down, Wilson flush to his right. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? It also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
A 29-yard attempt.
And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So we would have figured that one to be 3 points in the bank, but this game, it can be unpredictable at times.
Yeah, he knew he needed to pull it ever so slightly to get it going in the right direction, but he seemed to put a little too much on it, and from short range, that is a bad miss for an NFL kicker.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
To kick off for Seattle.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that
And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Bobby Wagner, the former second rounder out of Utah State, with a sack.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Shotgun now for Wentz. Oh, going for... He's got a man. Complete. The 30. 10.
You know they pay me
Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, 83 yards. And the Eagles add on to their lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against.
Looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though. You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Wilson, after the play fake to Carson, out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. They'll run on first down. Carson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. 2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Eagles' 35-yard line.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. Oh, he shifts past him, and he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5.
Up 1st down.
He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
Once again with Sanders. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
Makes the score Eagles.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is DJ Reed returning. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
On the return, the Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here? Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Brandon Graham. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. On 2nd down now, it's Carson. Takes this one up past the 20 after he's able to make a man miss. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run, and he'll be left with a 3rd and 13.
3rd and 13.
Play action. Now Wilson. They'll roll him out right. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. On the return, Jackson. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it figured out in this ball game. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made, hasn't slowed them, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been so far ahead that they just can't catch up.
Now it's just a search to add to the lead. We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
17 yards and a 1st down for Philly. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. Wentz connecting with his tight end, Goddard, and he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
At the 23-yard line.
They'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. They'll run with Sanders. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Eagles on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 4. To throw, it's Wentz. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
when you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Makes the score.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. This time Wilson will throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. From the shotgun, Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They moved it a combined 33 yards. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play.
They go play action now. Wilson. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Wilson. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
1st down and goal to go.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And his throw here is incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Darius Slay with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway.
Oh, wide open, complete, 30, 20,
another day,
10,
another dollar, baby.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Elliott now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Eagles 44, Seahawks 3. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
I don't want to seem absurd, but that boy be gangster. Focusing on me,
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. It certainly has not been the outing that they envisioned on their home turf in the divisional round of the playoffs, and they have been pushed around, and now their back's against the wall. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Good.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
Seahawks.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Intended for...
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on second and 10. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Brings up 3rd.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all, and it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
On first down, Carson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
On the carry.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, Wilson. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
Let me breathe for a minute, man. Let me breathe for a minute. Let me breathe.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th.
Further. Block 59.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. So the hold on special teams backs him up all the way inside the 15 to start. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Overtime here out west, and you get a team from the Eastern time zone. Maybe their body clock's a little thrown off, or is that overhyped?
I don't think it's overhyped. And I think that for most teams, you're hoping that your mind overrules your body, because your body's looking for slippers and bedtime clothes, right? They're looking for the pajamas.